Hello, Mid-Michigan and those from beyond. Welcome to high school softball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman with you, ready for some Sacred Heart Academy softball for the first time this year. And it's kind of a shame because they're undefeated. Matter of fact, the last undefeated team left in the area. We have got some unbelievable softball. And again, this is going back a week or so for some of the records. Beale City just lost their first game the other day to Pine River. They're 11-1. They have a huge matchup tomorrow that could decide who wins the Highland Conference as they take on Everett at home. I will be there for the action. Shepherd is probably like 7-4, 8-4, 9-4 now. All those losses are to Clare, Beale City, and Sacred Heart. Mount Pleasant, like 5-5, 6-5. Their losses to Grand Blanc, Midland High, and then you look at Clare up in the north. Their only loss was game I broadcasted this past weekend to Division II Petoskey, who I believe is still undefeated, who actually bested Traverse City, the Lady Trojans, a couple times. Was it earlier this week or last week? I have to recheck things on the Game Changer. But it is a Division IV school versus a Division I school. So you have to say Traverse City Central is the favorite in this game. They come in at 5-5. Yep, the Irish are 10-0, but who Traverse City Central has played, they are really good. And talking with Andy Tyson Sr. before the game, he said they have got 4 girls who can really play and could possibly be playing at the next level. You're listening to the Woods Household pregame show. We'll take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, we'll start talking about the lineups for these two teams. Traverse City, Sacred Heart Academy, ready to battle it out here at beautiful Higher Epple Field in Mount Pleasant. I want to say downtown Mount Pleasant because that's usually where you are for Sacred Heart Academy, but as I look out into the distance, I see the towers, I see the lights of Kelly Short Stadium as we're out here on Lincoln Road is maybe the way I will say it. Back with more Woods Household pregame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back into our Woods Household pregame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Here we go, the biggest test of the year for 10-0 Sacred Heart Academy, who will be starting in the field, but we'll run through that starting batting lineup as well. Marin Wheaton will be batting first. She will be on or in the circle. Almost dropped the on the mound there. I might do that a time or two today. Savannah Jones will be batting second. She'll be playing third base. Ellery Garver hitting in the 3 spot. She'll be playing shortstop. Hitting cleanup will be Callie Smith. She's playing at first base. Brooklyn Taylor will be the DH. Maddie Anderson is going to be behind the plate at catcher. She will be batting 6th. Taylor batting 5th. Brooke Neff batting 7th, playing second base. Batting 8th will be Jenna Morrison out in left field, and Izzy Ruker will be batting 9th. She's playing out in center field. Starting lineup for Traverse City, the Lady Trojans, who come in at 5-5, but here's my, quote-unquote stat of the day. The enrollment for Sacred Heart Academy, they have 133 kids in their high school. You times that by 10, you get 1,330. Just a smidge bigger than the enrollment at Traverse City Central. They have 1,300 kids in their school. This kind of tells you the respect Coach Wheaton and the program have built here at Sacred Heart Academy. In fact, you get a team like Traverse City Central saying, you know what? Yeah, we'll come down on a Thursday to take you guys on because we know it's going to be good for us in the long run as well. Leading off for Traverse City will be the catcher, Grace Carey. Playing shortstop, hitting second will be Anna Tabaka. Batting third, playing first base will be Julie Brady. Batting cleanup, playing third will be Annika Peterson. Batting fifth on the mound will be Audrey Williams. Eden Kitzmiller will be playing center field and batting sixth. Batting seventh will be Callie Klusterman. She'll be playing left field. Rachel Portanga is going to be at second base. Batting eighth and batting ninth will be Kyla Noble. She's playing out in right field. Again, talking with Coach Tyson, said their number one pitcher, really, really good. Their number two is also solid as well, but he's hoping they get to see that number one. And obviously, Coach Tisworth isn't going to give that up to me before the game, but I imagine it is Audrey Williams that we'll see on the mound. It's probably going to be playing at the next level, or in the circle, pardon me again. Make sure I get those softball to baseball terms correct, but it's a little tough when you're doing softball, doing baseball, doing softball, doing baseball. Going to take another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, we'll get you all set up for first pitch. Could also be during the anthem as well. You're listening to the Woods House pregame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more right after this.
Elevate your banking experience. Isabella Bank is your local banking partner. We understand the importance of personalized service, providing solutions that fit your unique needs. When you bank with us, together we can drive positive change and build stronger communities. Experience banking redefined. Make the switch today and experience banking that goes beyond. Isabella Bank. Local. Growing. Staying. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Bryant Family Farms would like to wish everyone good luck on the field and on the court. Bryant Family Farms offers maple syrup, mums, pumpkins, beef, goats, and fresh cut flowers. With you pick, bouquet arrangements, and subscription flowers. Bryant Family Farms, 3.5 miles south of the casino on South Leeton Road. Visit BryantFF.com or call 989-304-1201. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, a meeting of the minds right now. Coach Tisworth, Coach Getford, and the crew talking with the umpires, getting ready for first pitch. 10-0 Sacred Heart Academy, their biggest test of the year, playing up not one, not two, but three divisions versus Division I Traverse City Central. We're coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction, and I was looking at the broadcast on Facebook. For some reason, my fancy logos aren't out there, and so my apologies. You'll have to hear even more love to my friends at Barbary Law, Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, the sponsor of that Zaid Batchelor Baller of the Game, and also our friends at Woods Household Appliance, our pregame sponsor. Then everybody getting set, making sure we are ready to go. Leading off for Traverse City will be Grace Carey. Right behind her will be Anna Tabeka. And then Julia Brady behind her. On the mound to start the game for the Irish girls will be Marin Wheaton. Savannah Jones, also somebody we could see come into the game for Sacred Heart Academy on the mound as well if need so. Here we go. Sacred Heart, Traverse City Central, ready to battle it out. We've got to give one big shout out to my friend Gina Hodek, who I know is tuning in. She wanted me to give a shout out to her friend Coach Peoples, was one of the most humble people, pours her heart into coaching, mentoring the kids. She doesn't really like any credit and doesn't receive a whole lot of credit as well, but wanted to make sure she gets the love for her hard work, sacrifice, and kindness. And probably butchered that a little bit, Gina, coming from the English teacher trying to read that right there. But much love going out to Coach Peoples, along with the rest of the coaching staff, Coach Tisworth, and this crew from Traverse City Central. Like I said, very rare that you have a Division I school a couple hours away saying, yep, we're on our way down to play you guys in just a couple days, because this came together pretty quick. Sandy Tyson Sr., who let me know Tuesday as I was leaving Coleman Sacred Heart in Coleman, oh, hey, Thursday we might have a game at home versus Traverse City. And it was like, well, all right, count me in for that one. You can see the Irish girls heading out onto the field. Marin Wheaton on the mound. Behind the plate, it's Maddie Anderson. At first, it's Callie Smith. At second, it's Brooke Neff. At shortstop, Ellery Garver. At third, Savannah Jones. Center field, it's Izzy Ruker. Right field, it's Ava Sweet. And the left fielder is Jenna Morrison. Ellery Garver playing at short. Headed to Wayne State University to continue her softball career next year. Callie Smith at first base. Headed to Alma College to continue her softball career next year. Big congratulations to those two. I know some of these juniors, some of these younger girls are going to have a chance to play at the next level as well. Just a loaded softball team area that we have in the Mid-Michigan area. When you consider the 6 schools I cover, these girls here from Sacred Heart, Beale City, Clare, Mount Pleasant, Shepherd, and Ithaca saw really, really dominant programs. And if Beale City and Sacred Heart weren't in the same district, there could definitely be 6 district champions out of the 6 schools I cover. But Beale City, Sacred Heart, Coleman, Vestaburg, they're going to have to battle it out for a district championship. Here we go. The throw down to second, which always kind of signifies the end of the warm-up. And we are ready to go. At the plate, the catcher, Grace Carey. Wheaton on the mound, ready to deal. More love going out to our friends. J&J Auto, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, E&S Graphics, along with our friends at GNS Mechanical. Wheaton checks dugout, checks the pitcher's quarterback wrist there, and winds and deals on the first one. On the outside corner. Oh, no, it's going to be outside 0-1. Or 1-0, pardon me. You can have the scoreboard camera up sometimes this year, sometimes not this year. Just kind of all depends on the view. And baseball, softball, when you are behind the plate, really tough to get a good view of that scoreboard zooming in with the fence and whatnot. So, going to be up to your boy here to continue to give you the score. Count, outs. It's 2-0 now after that one misses from Wheaton again, trying to get that outside corner. Maddie Anderson not able to frame it. Grace Carey, the other catcher at the plate for Traverse City Central. This one's going to be fouled back out of play. Might have got over into the baseball diamond where the Sacred Heart Academy boys are warming up. We'll see them Saturday as they take on, is it Kalamazoo, Hackett Catholic Prep, and Kalamazoo Central that will be here. Call that 1 o'clock game Saturday. And tomorrow it is a big one. 11-1, Beale City, 9-0 Everett in Beale City for doubleheader action. That could be the first time we end up calling 2 games because that first one's good. It's going to be hard to leave for the second one. It's going to depend on how much battery the iPad, the camera, and all that stuff's got tomorrow. Wheaton ready with the 3-1 now after that last pitch missed, and the last one was fouled off before that. It's going to be a walk from Grace Carey to start the game. And here comes Anna Tabaka. Looks down the third baseline. Coach Tisworth. Coach Peoples at first. You can see on the other side of the pole here behind the plate, the sprinter stance at first base for Grace Carey. She is ready to go. First one is going to be strike 1 to Tabaka. Brady on deck, Peterson behind her. Nobody out top of the first inning. Sacred Heart Academy, Traverse City Central. The Irish playing a school about 10 times their size. Here comes the bunt. Nice play from Jones at first. They need to quickly get it over to third. Nobody covered. What an excellent piece of running by Grace Carey. And that's a tough one there where I think if you're Jenna Morrison, you need to come in from left field to make that play. Sacrifice does work for Tabaka, so she is out. And now a runner at third base for your number 3 hitter, Julia Brady. Plays first base. High fly ball to the outfield. Should be able to score that run for third. Playing in at third and first is Savannah Jones and Callie Smith. Big cut on that first pitch from Brady, swinging through. Traverse City Central, I'll talk about this all game. Enrollment 1301. Enrollment at Sacred Heart Academy just 133. Here comes the next pitch from Wheaton. She's going to ground that one softly. Not going to be in time. Great job base running. Carey was going home all the way. Didn't matter. And so that's going to be a sacrifice RBI in my scoring column for Julia Brady. So they get the run around with the walk. The sacrifice bunt gets Carey over to third base on some great base running. And then Brady with a little dribbler is able to bring in Carey because she used her speed and that track stance out of first base and third base. She gets such a good jump. If that ball gets into play, she's going to be able to take the next base pretty much no matter what you do. Now at the plate is Peterson. First one is going to miss low, 1-0. One run across already for Traverse City Central. There's 2 outs here in the top of the first. A manufactured run for the Trojans. Big cut on that one from Peterson, swinging through it. 1-1 now the count. Wheaton, somebody, despite being a junior, amount of innings that she has logged in the circle, you think she was a 4-year varsity, well, she will be a 4-year varsity starter, but kind of sharing time with Savannah Jones. But so much experience out there, being down a run, first inning, not really going to matter much to her. He checks the wrist for the call from the dugout. Winds and deals 2-1 the count. That one's going to be fouled back. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Here in the top of the first inning. Traverse City Central taking on Sacred Heart Academy. The Irish girls undefeated at 10-0. I'll say it again, playing up 3 divisions against the Trojans here. Wheaton steps back into the circle. She winds and deals with the 2-2. Takes a bit off of that one. Out in front of it was Peterson, but she does a great job kind of slowing up that swing. Chops it foul into the field here on Lincoln Road, the Sacred Heart Academy ball fields, Jim Eppel, Don Heyer softball field. Peterson stepped back in. Count remains 2-2. 1 run across for Traverse City. Bases empty now for their cleanup hitter. That one's just going to be inside. It's going to run the count full to 3-2. 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming here for Annika Peterson. He's playing third base, the hot corner for the Trojans. Wheaton winds, deals, swinging a miss. Going down on strikes is Peterson. So a great job manufacturing a run without a hit in this inning for Traverse City Central. You get the walk, you bring her around to score. That is pretty impressive. We'll keep the broadcast right here as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Due up for Sacred Heart Academy. We'll say brought to you by our friends at Clark Modular Homes, Woods Household, and Wheatfrich Financial. It's Marin Wheaton, Savannah Jones, along with Ellery Garver. Wheaton on the mound did a great job there. Said you give up that walk to the leadoff hitter. Again, I'm going to give credit to Carey. She had that, track stance over at first base like she was in the blocks. And so when that sacrifice bunt went down, by the time Savannah Jones fielded at third base, Carey was almost turning around second base. There wasn't anybody covering third. I think that's the last thing you expect is the girl to go from first to third on a bunt. But what a play there from Grace Carey. I don't think a piece of base running is going to wind up being our Bills custom fab fabrication of the game, but got to give credit to where credit is due. And Carey, the left-handed catcher behind the plate. Into the circle. Ready to rock and roll for Traverse City Central is Audrey Williams. And I was told before this game, Traverse City Central, obviously you got a good 1, 2, probably 3 and 4 with 1,300 girls in your school on your varsity squad. But Williams, if she is their number 1, was told she is an absolute powerhouse in the circle. Stepping up, Marin Wheaton to the plate. More love going out to our friends Joe Wentworth and Bryce Updegraff, Bradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, JJ Painting, Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, Block Electric, The Diner, All Seasons Fireworks, Bryant Family Farms, Pure Plumbing, Isabella Bank, and Hanging by a Thread. Comes the first pitch. A lot of gas on that one to be in there for a high strike to Wheaton. Going up against her pitching counterpart. That one's going to be fouled off. 0-2 quickly is the count. And I feel pretty safe saying that Audrey Williams is that powerhouse pitcher that I was told about just after 2 pitches because she is bringing some gas in the circle. Here comes the 0-2. It's going to miss outside. Good eye there from Wheaton. You got Jones on deck, Garver behind her, and then Callie Smith in the cleanup spot for the Lady Irish from Sacred Heart Academy. 1-2 is going to be hit towards third. It will go foul. Do the 1-2 once more. A lot of times when you got that power pitcher on the mound that's dominant in softball, you're never going to chase them out of there because of number of pitches, because there's no pitch count in high school softball. But the longer they're out there, the more you get them to work. Get them a little tired, get a little fatigue out there. In Traverse City, if they're out in the field, it's going to get warm. They're out there in the dark gold and the black pants. Same for Sacred Heart Academy, though, in the dark red jerseys and the white pants, the white helmets. And if you're the Trojans, though, you spend some time out here on the diamond on this beautiful day, it could get toasty. After that foul, once again, we'll do it again. Count remains 1-2. This will be pitch number 6 of the at-bat. That's going to be inside. 2-2 now the count. Nice job by Wheaton holding off on that one. Some good movement on that pitch from Williams. Wheaton steps back in. And we're coming to you from our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Love going out to Gates Drilling and Service, Abiddle's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, and Woods Household. Here comes the 2-2. It's roped out to right center field. It's going to get over the right fielder's head all the way to the fence. Wheaton is going to hold up at second base with a stand-up double to lead off the game for Sacred Heart Academy. And wasn't that bat for Wheaton there as well? She was behind in the count, battles with a couple foul balls with 2 strikes, waits to get her pitch, and then she ropes it out to right center field. Savannah Jones now stepping in. Jones plays third base for the Lady Irish. Swings at that first one right through it. Pulling the string on that one just a bit there was Williams on the mound. Williams now ready with the 0-1 with that runner at second base. Jones shows bunt. She pulls it back to take the ball. 1-1 now the count. Charging in from first and third base was Julia Brady along with Annika Peterson from Traverse City. Jones steps back in. Shows bunt again. It's going to get by her all the way behind her, which will allow Wheaton to take third base easily on the stolen base or the pass ball, whatever you want to call it. I write stolen base in my column because I ain't going to give any hate to the pitcher or the catcher out there trying to do a very tough job. 2-1 now the count. Now that runner at third base. Now maybe Jones won't put down the bunt. She hit away here. Fly ball to center field could score a run. And she will hit it up the middle. It will allow Wheaton to come in and score easily. It's a high throw at first base. She will be, they're going to call her safe. Having to jump up for it was Julia Brady at first. As she left the bag, Savannah Jones tapped the bag safely. It's going to be an RBI single for Savannah Jones. So just like that, the Irish girls have tied it up 1-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. There's still nobody out. Savannah Jones at first. Now the umpires are going to get together, and I really like what I see here from the second base umpire. I think he's just pretty much asking that home umpire, did you have a better view of it than I did? If he says, yeah, what do you think? Nope, the call will stay safe. But that's how you do it right there if you're a pair of officials. Yes, there's only 2 of them here. We need more officials. Head to MHSA.com and click the Be the Referee tab to get started with that. Savannah Jones at first base. Now at the plate is Ellery Garver. It's head to Wayne State to continue her softball career next year. Jones has that track stance as we saw in the first inning. Swinging away at the first pitch. It's going to be a foul tip from Garver. 0-1 to count. And you got your two seniors continuing their softball careers, hitting in the 3-4 spot with Garver and Callie Smith on deck, who's headed to Elma next year. Comes the wind and the throw from Williams. Nice job by Carey. Keep it in front of her, as there is a lot of smoke on that pitch. Not easy to keep up with it when it's to that outside. And Savannah Jones, that sprinter stance over there at first base, ready to go at any moment. 1-1 the count. It's be fouled off the backstop. 1-2 now the count. And there's no leadoff high school softball. That's why you see those girls go into what I keep calling the track or sprinter stance over there in the blocks. As I'll turn the camera over here for just a second, kind of zoom it in here, and you can see that from Savannah Jones. As I say that, there's a high fly ball to center field. Getting underneath it to make the catch easily from Traverse City Central is Eden Kitzmiller. So it'll be a fly out for Garver. It'll keep Savannah Jones at first base as well. 1 out, bottom of the first inning. We are tied at 1 apiece. Callie Smith headed to the plate. Run at first base to Savannah Jones. Marin Wheaton doubled to start the game. Jones was able to bring her around on the RBI single. Here comes a pop-up towards short. Not an easy play. Reaching up, making the catch over her shoulder is Anna Tabaka. What a play from the shortstop from Traverse City Central. And so a fly out, you're right, to shortstop, but it should be more of a fly out to left field. That was a fantastic play from the shortstop position by Tabaka. Now Brooklyn Taylor stepping in. She's designated hitter for Sacred Heart Academy. First pitch is going to be inside to Taylor. 1-0 the count. Jones remains at first base. Stepping back in is Taylor. On deck is Maddie Anderson. There's now 2 outs here, bottom of the first inning. Pitch from Williams is going to be fouled over the backstop. 1-1 the count now to Taylor. And the Irish girls, 10-0 coming into today, but their biggest test of the year, playing against Division I Traverse City Central. Carey behind the plate for Traverse City, who scored a run on the top of the first, is ready for the pitch from Williams. Pulling the string on that one was Audrey Williams. Taylor was way out in front, count now 1-2. Again, Jones still at first base. There's 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. We're tied at 1 apiece. Sacred Heart Academy and Traverse City Central. Pulling the string once again. It's going to be a strikeout. And it didn't really matter. They still threw it down to second base. I almost went, it's going to be a close play at second, but there was already 3 outs, so it would not have mattered. 2 up for Traverse City Central. It's Audrey Williams, Eden Kitzmiller, along with Callie Kloosterman. Be back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 1-1, headed to the second inning. Sacred Heart Academy and Traverse City Central. Get your yard ready for spring and summer with Martinez Lawn Care. Martinez Lawn Care is scheduling spring cleanups now, along with bush and tree trimming, landscaping needs, and scheduled mowing services. Find Martinez Lawn Care on Facebook or call them at 989-317-5536. Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Fouling it right back on the first pitch of the second inning is Audrey Williams. Chris Bachman with you. Nick Katzinger, Mike Verlegger in the press box here. Jim Eppel, Don Heyerfield. Bring you some Irish softballs. They take on Division I Traverse City Central. Stepping back in is Audrey Williams. Pitcher against pitcher here with Wheaton on the mound. Wheaton doubled and scored in the bottom of the first inning, so you know Williams wants to get back at her here in the top of the second inning. And much love going out to our friends whose logos aren't at the bottom of the screen. We'll get that squared away. Woods Household, Weefrich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, The Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, along with Barberry Law. That one's going to miss high. 2-1 now the count to Williams. Wheaton checks the play on the wrist. I'll make that joke. Steps back up and gets ready to go. This one's going to be popped really high in the air. It will get out of play. 2-2 now the count to Williams. Wheaton readjust that mask. And again, these girls are only 45 feet away from the batter. That's why most infielders, high school softball, college softball, professional softball now, you're masking up. A big strikeout as Williams goes down, swinging on some high heat from Miss Maren Wheaton on the mound. She now has back-to-back strikeouts with Eden Kitzmiller coming to the plate. Kitzmiller, the center fielder for Traverse City Central, steps in, batting from the right side. Maren Wheaton back into the middle of the circle, ready to go here. Top of the second inning. Our score 1-1, Sacred Heart Academy, Traverse City Central. 1-0 the count. Wheaton checks the dugout for the sign. Steps back in the circle, ready to rock. That's going to miss outside. 2-0 now the count to Kitzmiller. And this Traverse City Central, this class of girls, I should say, they went really far in volleyball. I know they had a really good basketball team. Now going to be an outstanding softball team. Again, they come in at 5-5, but teams they've lost to, all really, really solid squads. Only got a couple losses to Petoskey, who is still undefeated on the year, was going into this week after they bested Clare, handed Clare their first loss this past Saturday here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 2-1 the count for Wheaton, one out, top of the second inning. A big cut swinging right through that one is Kitzmiller. Kloosterman on deck behind her. Portenga, Kayla Noble, and back to the top of the order for Traverse City Central. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Or 1 out, pardon me, second inning. That one's just going to be low for Wheaton, but a good location to miss that there. Count is now going to run full, 3-2. Wheaton ready with the 3-2. He's just going to miss inside. It'll be your second walk of the game. Grace Carey walked to lead off the game. Came around to score on some fantastic base running. Went first to third on a sacrifice bunt. Then came in on a sacrifice RBI from Julia Brady. 1 out, top of the second inning. Again, we're tied at 1 apiece. The number 7 hitter, the left fielder, Callie Kloosterman, stepping up to the plate for Traverse City Central. Wheaton back in the circle, ready to roll. That's going to be in there for a strike. Looking over at first base, not quite the track stance that we saw from Grace Brady over there from Eden Kitzmiller, but you know the center fielder's got some speed from Traverse City Central. 0-1 to count. Wheaton steps back in. This one will be fouled off the backstop. So Wheaton now ahead in the count, 0-2 here. And with this Traverse City lineup, might be towards the bottom of it, but they're definitely not a team you can sleep on, even that number 9 hitter. Oh, 0-2 the count, 1 out, top of the second, pardon me. Wheaton deals, pulls a string on it. It's going to be roped right to Garver. They get 1 at first, try to get it over, or 1 at second, try to get the double play. They won't get there, so reaching via fielder's choice will be Callie Kloosterman. But now 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Here comes Portenga playing second base for Traverse City. Nice job by Garver getting that lead runner from her shortstop position. Also a good decision at second base as well. To not really try and turn it from Brooke Neff as well. She ended up throwing it, but it was kind of late and just think a habit throw as well. First pitch is going to be over for a strike to Portanga. 1-1 the score. Top of the second inning. 2 outs for Traverse City Central, the runner at first base. Now down the count, 0-2 is Portanga. And if you're Traverse City Central, again, you know coming down here that the Irish are good. You see the record, you wouldn't come play them if you didn't think they're good. But then you get there and you see Maren Wheaton on the mound with the speed, the movement, you just think, whew, that's pretty darn good. That one's just going to miss outside. 1-2 now the count to Portanga. And it's Noble on deck, then back to the top of the order, and Grace Carey for Traverse City Central. Wheaton winds, deals, big swing and a miss. It's the third strikeout through 2 for Maren Wheaton. We are headed to the bottom of the second inning. Due up for Sacred Heart Academy. It's going to be Maddie Anderson, Brooke Neff, and Jenna Morrison. What a start for the Irish. 1-1 our score, heading to the bottom of the second inning. Giving more love to those sponsors' names that aren't at the bottom of the screen. Logos like they're supposed to. Coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konowinski Construction. Gates Drilling and Service halftime show happened all throughout football and basketball season, but a little bit different. We'll say this half-inning break brought to you by Gates Drilling and Service. And much love going out to Bill's Custom Fab. Fabrication of the game so far has got to be Maren Wheaton's double that rolled out to the fence near the Tradition of Champions sign here at Sacred Heart Academy's softball field. Also love going out to the Bird All-American Grill, our post-game show sponsor. The only place you'll ever find this guy post-gaming is the Bird All-American Grill in downtown Mount Pleasant. Love going out to Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, along with Woods Household, our pregame sponsor. And you think about that Zayd Batchelder baller of the game brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Well, 3 strikeouts through 2, a double and a run scored. Maren Wheaton making her case so far. And steps Maddie Anderson, who's behind the plate for Sacred Heart Academy. All sports star here for the Irish. Winding, dealing is Williams. It's going to be inside 1-0. And very similar to what I said about Traverse City Central. If you're Williams on the mound, you can't think to yourself, I'm playing a D4 team. The bottom of the lineup's going to be easy because they can all hit. Nice hit out to right field. Coming in, showing some range to make the play is Kayla Noble out and right. Fly out there for Anderson. Not a bad hit. Just a good play out in right field. Here comes Brooke Neff. Plays second base. Her first at-bat of the afternoon. And on the mound, it's Audrey Williams. Behind the plate, Grace Carey for Traverse City Central. Williams winds and deals. A lot of smoke on that one. She's just going to miss high, 1-0. And for these Sacred Heart girls, I would say you don't see a lot of arms like this that we're seeing on the mound, but you do get to see it in practice every day going up against Savannah Jones and Maren Wheaton. That one's also going to miss 2-0 now the count to Brooke Neff. Umpire taking a second there. Neff steps back in. Williams has the softball. She's ready to rock. 2-0 the count. This one's going to be hit towards short. Not an easy play. It's going to be a little off. Great job over there at first base. Coming off the bag to make the tag was Julia Brady. So ground out to short there for Neff. Now here comes Jenna Morrison, who's playing in left field for Sacred Heart Academy, batting from the left side. Morrison kind of gets that running start. What you would call a slap hitter, something I'm not very well versed on with high school softball, but when you got some speed, you send a little dribbler anywhere. It's almost like she's trying to bunt it every time, but this time it goes right back to the pitcher, and it's an easy play for Audrey Williams. And so we will go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the second inning. We're headed to inning number 3. We're tied at 1 apiece. It's Kayla Noble, then back to the top of the order for Traverse City. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like Flexsteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barberry Law Studios. Here comes the first pitch, top of the third inning. Swinging and fouling it back right here to the backstop is Kayla Nobles, playing out in right field for Traverse City Central. And Coach Julie Tisworth. Wheaton back on the mound. She's already struck out 3 through 2. That one's going to miss outside 1-1. Now the count to Kayla Noble. After this, back to the top of the order, and Grace Carey, who walked, came around to score in the first inning. Big swing and a miss there from Noble. 1-2 now the count. Carey, the number 9 hitter, wearing number 99, playing position number 9, steps back in. She's going to pop this one towards short. Not an easy play for Garver as she ranges towards the outfield, towards the foul line, but she makes the catch. Number 17, Grace Carey. Back to the top of the order. Again, Carey walked, went first to third on a sacrifice bunt, then came in on a sacrifice RBI from Julia Brady. One down, top third, 1-1 the score. Sacred Heart Academy scoring in the first, as well as Traverse City. Got a couple zeros in the second inning. First pitch to Grace Carey's going to miss high, 1-0 the count. Wheaton has the sign from the dugout, ready to go with the 1-0. That's going to be fouled down the third baseline. It is going to be not playable. Count now will be 1-1 to the leadoff hitter for Traverse City Central. We'll come to you from our Barberry Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. And much love going out to our friends, Gates Drilling and Service, Woods Household, Weefrich Financial, Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, and Gates Drilling and Service. That one's just going to miss. 2-1. Now the count to Grace Carey. The speed you saw from Carey on the base path, last thing you want to do right now if you're Marin Wheaton is put her back on. Wheaton winds, deals. This one's going to be popped up out in center field, tracking it down and making a really, really nice play is Izzy Ruker. Tabaka comes out again. She had that sacrifice bunt that ultimately moved Carey from first to third. Just great base running from Grace Carey. The Irish looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. Top of the third. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch there from Tabaka, who's made a couple nice plays at short herself. Wheaton winds, deals, and was just going to miss outside 1-1 to count. It took me a moment to get used to it. The umpire kind of points to where, if it's outside, it kind of points that way, then doesn't give you the strike. Kind of like it, though. It took me a minute to get used to it, but it gives you a really good job or a really good notion if you're on the mound or in the circle of where you need to go with it. Putting some smoke on that one was Wheaton as Tabaka couldn't catch up with it. Count is now 1-2. Tabaka steps back in, the number 2 hitter for Traverse City Central, playing at short. This one's going to be fouled down the first baseline. Will get out of play. Callie Smith gives it a little bit of a chase up to the fence, but it goes into the field here at Sacred Heart Academy on Lincoln Road. Wheaton, the walk towards second base, stops at the top part of the circle, I'll call it. Checks the wrist, she's got the sign, walks back into the middle of the circle, and she's ready to go. Here comes the 1-2. Just inside, 2-2 now the count. Tabaka back in on the right side. Wheaton ready to go with the 2-2. This will be foul back. Really nice at-bat is turning into from Anna Tabaka. This will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat coming up. The count remains 2-2 with 2 outs. As Aiden Mendel would say, a whole lot of 2s up there. Top of the 3rd inning, we are tied at 1 apiece. Actually, both leadoff batters of the game came around to score in the first, and that's it so far. Pulling the string on that one was Wheaton. Tabaka doesn't fall for it. It stays high. That'll run the count full, 3-2. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat coming up here for Tabaka. And she swings and misses. Wheaton takes her down on strike. She has now struck out 4 through 3. Due up for Sacred Heart Academy, it's Izzy Ruckert, and back to the top of the order with Marin Wheaton and Savannah Jones. We'll be back with more Irish softball right after this here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road, or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Bottom of the 3rd inning. Here come the Irish. Izzy Ruckert, bottom of the order. But again, not your typical number 9 hitters. You hear me say about a lot of teams here in the mid-Michigan area. So I've seen some playoffs. Beale City makes it quite a ways. You get to that number 9 hitter. Not really somebody you want swinging the bat if you're a coach. Not the case for any of our local softball teams. Izzy Ruckert, essentially second leadoff hitter, as I often say. Going back to volleyball, I believe she was the libero for the outstanding Irish squad. 2-0 the count for Ruckert. Kind of chops at that one running out of the box. 2-1 now the count. And Marin Wheaton on deck. Savannah Jones behind her. 1-1 is the score here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Sacred Heart Academy taking on Traverse City Central. And that sounds like a mistake. No, it is not Traverse City St. Francis. It's Central. Enrollment 133 for the Irish. Enrollment 1301 for the Trojans. My friend Gina Hodak wanting to send out some love to one of her best friends on the coaching staff, Coach Peoples for Traverse City Central. So more love to her and a big, big shout out. If Gina says you're a great person, I can only imagine. Ruckert ready with the 2-2. This one's going to be foul tip, but it's caught by the catcher, and so I'm just going to call that a strikeout essentially for Audrey Williams on the mound. We're back to the top of the order, and Marin Wheaton, who doubled. Count was 2-2, but she had fouled off a couple as well. Waited to see her pitch, then sent it to the right center field wall, moved to third base on a passed ball, and was driven in on a single from Savannah Jones. She's going to hit this one towards short, over to first in time, and a nice stretch over at first base from Julia Brady to get that out. Wheaton just out in front of that one a little bit. Here comes Savannah Jones. The Irish went 1-2-3 in the second, now in danger of going 1-2-3 on the third. You don't want to do that and allow Audrey Williams to really get some rhythm out there on the mound. It's the bottom of the third inning. We're tied at 1 apiece. It's 2 outs. The Irish girls at the plate and Savannah Jones. Williams looks to the dugout, gets the sign, ready to go. Jones at the plate, batting from the right side, ready as well. She's going to get the outside part of the plate there. An excellent location from Williams on the mound. Jones is now down on the count, 0-2. 2 outs, bottom of the third inning. That one's going to bounce in there. Nice job holding off by Savannah Jones on that one. Williams working quickly. Going to miss outside in that one. 2-2 now the count. If you're a Traverse City Central fan, you wanted that call on the outside corner there. Jones with a good eye. Ready now for the 2-2. Going to send it down the third baseline, foul. Garver on deck, who flew out to center field, her first time up. And Jones singled in Marin Wheaton back in the first inning. The Irish only run of the ball game. Tied at 1 apiece here in the bottom of the third. Count 2-2 with 2 outs. Williams checks the sign, the call on her wrist. Winds and deals with the 2-2. Jones rockets this one foul. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here for Savannah Jones. Love going out to friends at J&J Auto, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Konowinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, along with GNS Mechanical. That one's also going to miss. 3-2 now the count. Nice job by Jones battling back here. Now Weber Brothers Sawmill, timber of the game. Sarah Gates, drilling and service drive of the game. Definitely going to Marin Wheaton with that drive she had in the first inning. Putting together quite the at-bat here is Savannah Jones. Count is full. She has also fouled off 3. This will be pitch number 9 of the at-bat upcoming here for Savannah Jones. Way to battle out there at the plate. She will ground this one. Not an easy play at second base. It's fumbled a little bit, but making the throw in time is Rachel Portenga. An excellent play at second base, staying with it there. And it will be a 1-2-3 inning for the Irish. In inning number 3, we're headed to the 4th, turning into a pitching duel with Marin Wheaton and Audrey Williams on the mound. It is 3-4-5 due up for Traverse City Central right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes, competing for their schools. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning has been family-owned and serving mid-Michigan since 1962. They're dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and supports our local community. For all of your heating and air conditioning needs, call Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning at 989-772-2881.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Julia Brady at the plate, Wheaton ready on the mound. Big swing and a miss there for Brady out in front of that one. Marin Wheaton with 4 strikeouts, 2-3, 1 of the first, 2 in the second, 1 to the third. Matter of fact, she's had a strikeout to end every inning. We're tied at 1 apiece with the Irish and the Trojans of Traverse City Central here in the top of the 4th inning. Another big cut that time for Brady, but she couldn't catch up with this one. Now 0-2 the count. Brady steps back in, bang from the right side. Traverse City Central in the gold and black, the Irish in the red and the white. That one's going to miss outside from Wheaton. Just kind of daring Brady to chase that one. You can't really blame her. She swings at pitch number 1, pitch number 2. Let's throw her something really tough to hit. See if we can get another swing. Oh, almost got Brady to chase that one. A really good eye at the plate from the number 3 hitter playing first base, Julia Brady. Stepping back in is Brady. 2-2 now the count. Swing and a miss. Going down on strikes is Brady. It is strikeout number 5 for Maren Wheaton through 3 1/3. What a start for the junior. Here comes Annika Peterson. She struck out her last time up to end the first inning. That's going to be in there for a strike. 1-0 the count, or 0-1 the count, pardon me. Wheaton checks the wrist. Got the sign, ready to go. Another big swing and a miss there from Peterson. So it's back-to-back strikeouts right now from Wheaton to end the third to Tabaka and to start the fourth against Brady. Now she's quickly ahead 0-2 to Peterson. Almost gets her to chase that outside pitch. Good eye out there from Peterson. And more love going out to our friends. Pier Plumbing, Joe Wentworth and Bryce Updegraff, Bradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Hanging by a thread, Isabella Bank, Pier Plumbing, Bryant Family Farms, All Seasons Firework, The Diner, Block Electric, Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, along with JJ Painting. That one's going to miss. Taking it all the way that time is Peterson. 2-2 the count, 1 out, top 4. We're tied at 1 apiece. 10-0 Sacred Heart Academy, their biggest test of the year against Division I, 5-5 Traverse City Central. That's going to miss. The count runs full to Peterson. She was down on the count 0-2. Has had a really good eye the last 3 pitches from Wheaton. She's taken them all, and she's ran the count full to 3-2. Payoff pitch is going to be roped down the right field line. Sweet giving chase from first base is Callie Smith, but it will go foul. Again, Peterson was down to the count 0-2. She's now battled back. The count is full. This is pitch number 7 of the at-bat coming up. 1 out. Top of the 4th inning. Wheaton has been dominant on the mound. Winds and deals. It's going to be popped up. Not an easy play. Might hit top of, actually it's going to get over the press box here at Sacred Heart Academy. So pitch number 8 of the at-bat coming up here. Very similar scenario to what Tabaka had going on to end the 3rd inning. She ultimately went down on strikes, but it was a long battle with Wheaton on the mound. That's going to be high. It's going to be a walk for Annika Peterson. So Traverse City's had a base runner in the 1st, in the 2nd, and now here in the 4th, but they don't have a hit yet. It's still a no-hitter technically right now for Maren Wheaton. She gave up the walk, and then it was a sacrifice bunt that moved Carey all the way up to 3rd, and then it was a sacrifice RBI to bring in Julia Brady. Kitzmiller walked in the 2nd, but she was ultimately stranded. It was a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd, and now here in the 4th, there's 1 out, and there's a runner at 2nd. Here's a bomb from Morrison out to left field, trying to track it down to make the catch. It's going to go up against the wall for Williams. They're going to get it in, holding the runner at 3rd base. But there wasn't really a whole lot of a play out there for Jenna Morrison as that one was hit up against the fence, and it's a double for Audrey Williams. The old broadcaster's jinx right there. I talk about Wheaton throwing a no-hitter so far. What happens on the very next pitch? Well, Williams ropes a double out there. Sometimes you just got to wait till the end of that half inning to open your big broadcasting mouth. Now runners on 2nd and 3rd for Miss Eden Kitzmiller. She walked her first time up, got out on the fielder's choice. But a big moment in this ball game right now. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Traverse City Central has runners at second and third for their number 6 hitter, Eden Kitzmiller. Showing bunt is Kitzmiller. It is going to go foul. And if you're Wheaton, you really like that, because that would have been a ball for sure. But Kitzmiller was so dedicated to the bunt, I don't really think she could pull it back. 0-1 the count, 1 out here. Top of the fourth inning. Runners at second and third. Wheaton would love a punch out here. Big swing and a miss that time from Kitzmiller. On deck is Callie Kloosterman. She did reach base in the second and was stranded, but that was via fielder's choice. Wheaton ready to deal with the 0-2. Stepping back, maybe looking to put a swing into that one was Kitzmiller. She ultimately holds off. It's inside and low. 1-2 the count. Runners at second and third. 1 out. Top of the fourth inning. We are tied at 1 apiece with Sacred Heart Academy and Traverse City Central. Wheaton deals. It's going to be hit towards second base. It's just going to get over Brooke Neff for a hit. 2 runs are going to come in for Traverse City Central. Now trying to take second base. They're going to nab her out, but it doesn't matter as 2 runs come across for TC Central on the RBI single from Kitzmiller. She's ultimately nabbed at second base. So now there's 2 outs, but it is now 3-1 Traverse City Central on the clutch hit from Eden Kitzmiller. The 2-run single after the double up against the wall from Audrey Williams and the walk from Annika Peterson. 3-1 now the score here in the top of the fourth inning. 2 outs. Big cut that time from Kloosterman. She's way out in front. 0-1 to count. Kloosterman playing left field for the Lady Trojans. Maybe a little bit different feel now at the plate that you're ahead 3-1. And certainly a different feel in the circle for Maren Wheaton. And the infield was playing in that runner at third base, and so that pop barely went to the grass, maybe just touched it, but there wasn't really a play for Neff to make. This one's going to be hit towards short. Nice play from Garver with the vacuum glove. Sent it over to first in time for the Yow. So the ground out to shortstop to end the inning. But 2 runs do come across on 2 hits for Traverse City Central. It is now 3-1 heading to the bottom of the fourth inning. Due up for Sacred Academy. It is 3-4-5 just like Traverse City had. We'll see if the Irish can answer back on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey, Rowan, want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Papa, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Marbury Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291.
Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric, and go Aggies! Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They are working quick here at Eppelheier Field. Already a foul ball for Garver and a second foul ball here. She's quickly down on the count, 0-2 to Audrey Williams, who probably has a little bit different feeling on the mound now as she doubled and came around to score the last inning. It is now 3-1 Traverse City Central here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 3-4-5 due up for the Irish. Garver fouls this one off once again. The count will remain 0-2. Ellery Garver flew out to center field her first time up. She will continue her softball career next year at Wayne State University. Boy, they're lucky the player that they're going to be getting down there. It's been a 4-year shortstop, I want to say, for Coach Wheaton here at Sacred Heart Academy. Trying to get Garver to chase outside. She will hold off 1-1. Now the count to the senior shortstop. Williams has the sign, back in the middle of the circle, ready to get a push off that rubber. This one's going to be hit just over the head of the second baseman. Very similar to the hit that we just saw moments ago from Kitzmiller to drive in 2 runs. But on base to lead off the inning is Miss Ellery Garver with Callie Smith heading to the plate. Flew out to short her first time up. And it was not an easy play out there at shortstop either for Traverse City Central, for Tabaka on the first at-bat for Callie Smith in the first inning. Smith definitely a threat to tie this game up with 1 swing. Williams winds, deals. It's inside. Dancing away from first base is Garver. Carey at her catcher spot for Traverse City kind of jumps up and makes her dance back. 3-1 the score, bottom 4. At the plate, Callie Smith checks that one. That's also going to miss. 2-0 now the count. At first base is Garver. She kind of danced away again there. That ball just trickles away just even a little bit from the catcher, Carey. She is going to take second base. Here comes the 2-0. Now it's 3-0 is the count. Good eye from Callie Smith. And with your cleanup hitter at the plate, down 2 runs, runner on first, will she have the green light here at 3-0 or take all the way? And she will take it. So runners at first and second now for Sacred Heart Academy. Not saying they're going to answer back, but what a response. You give up 2 runs. You get your first 2 base runners on with your designated hitter, Brooklyn Taylor, heading in. She struck out her first time up to end the first inning. Maddie Anderson on deck behind her, Brooke Neff. 3-1 the score. Quick meeting of the minds now on the mound for Traverse City Central. It was 1 run on 2 hits in the first for the Irish. Then it was 3 up, 3 down in the second and the third. Now here in the bottom of the fourth, then you've got your first 2 runners on. Garver at second, Smith at first. At the plate now is Brooklyn Taylor. Williams staying in the game. A little bit of motivation there from Coach Tisworth. She looks at the dugout, and she is ready to rock. Two runners on here, bottom of the fourth inning. Taylor's going to ground this one. Not an easy play for Williams at the pitcher's mound, and it's going to work out like a sacrifice bunt. I'm going to give credit Taylor for the sacrifice bunt as she does move the runners up to second and third. And here comes Maddie Anderson. Big moment here in this game. Runners at second and third. 1 out. Bottom of the fourth inning. At third is Garver. At second is Smith. Taylor just moved him up. Here comes Maddie Anderson. You want to get at least one of these runs in. That's going to miss. 1-0 the count. Stepping back in is Anderson. Audrey Williams looks to the dugout. Get the signal from the coaches. Here comes the next pitch from Williams. That's going to miss inside. 2-0 the count. Callie Smith with a big dance away from second base. I think she realized for a moment, oh yeah, I can't really go to third unless Garver goes home. 2-0 the count. Again, big moment in this game right here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Irish girls trail by 2, but they've got runners on second and third. Big swing and a miss there for Maddie Anderson. And she was able to connect on that one. I think the ball would still be flying into the field here beyond the fence at Sacred Heart Academy. 2-1 to count. Big swing and a miss that, or a big swing from Anderson. That time she fouls it off over the backstop. 2-2 now the count. 1 out, bottom of the fourth inning. You've got Garver at third, Callie Smith at second. They were just moved over by Brooklyn Taylor moments ago. I don't think she meant for the sacrifice bunt, but I'm going to give her credit for it as she was able to move up both those runners. Here comes the 2-2 to Anderson. She's going to send this one down the first baseline. Not an easy play. It will go foul. Charging over there to try and make a play was Julia Brady from first base, along with, I want to say Anna Tabaka, but she's playing short. That's Portenga from her second base spot. Almost got there to make the play. 2-2 now the count. That one just fouled off. This will be pitch number 6 of the at-bat for Maddie Anderson. 3-1 the score. Irish trail. Anderson's going to foul it off one more time. On deck is Brooke Neff. Behind her is Jenna Morrison. 3-1 the score. Love going out to our friends. Woods Household Appliance. Weefrich Financial. Clark Modular Homes. The Bird All-American Grill. Bill's Custom Fab. Gates Drawing and Service along with Barberry Law. Pulling the string on that one was Williams on the mound. Way out in front was Maddie Anderson. A great job battling, but pitch number was 6 or 7. She ultimately goes down. Now 2 out, 2 on. Big moment here. Brooke Neff at the plate. She grounded out to short her first time up. Williams in the circle. She has been dominant. Gave up that double to Marin Wheaton. Since then, has not been much. And you've had the single from Garver, and Callie Smith walked. Was the only 2 base runners since the first inning. First one to Neff is going to miss. 1-0 is the count. Neff swinging through that one. 1-1 now the count. An excellent pitch there from Audrey Williams. Low in the zone. A whole lot of gas on it. Not a whole lot Brooke Neff could do. Here comes the 1-1. It's going to be in there for a strike. Changeup is going to get over the plate for Williams. And there was 2 runners on. Nobody out. Runners on second and third with 1 out. Williams looking to get out of the inning without any damage. Neff's going to foul this one down the first baseline to stay alive. And Jenna Morrison on deck. Izzy Ruker behind her. Garver at third. Smith at second. Hoping for a ball to the outfield so they can both try and come around and score. Neff digs back in. Williams ready in the circle. Winds, deals. Swinging through it is Neff. What a pitch that time. Putting all the gas on it was Audrey Williams. 2 runners get left on for Sacred Heart Academy. I guess you only just 1 hit, but nice job from Callie Smith drawing the walk. What a battle this has been. 3-1 the score as we head to the top of the 5th inning. The difference in that game, in the game right now, is inning number 4. A walk, a double, and a 2 RBI single. Just 3 hitters in a row right now is all the difference in the game for Traverse City Central. Again, they're 5-5 on the year. The Irish 10-0 on the year. But you take Irish enrollment of 133, times it by 10, you get 1330, just 29 more kids than Traverse City Central. I feel that makes it safe to say that Traverse City Central is about 10 times the size of Sacred Heart Academy. A score update, we'll say, brought to you by our friends at Clark Modular Homes. Big shout out to Lila Curtis getting the win on the mound. Shepherd girls winning 4-1 today. As I figure out exactly who they played today, but a big shout out to Allison Curtis, always providing me those updates for the Lady Jays of Shepherd. It's Beaverton they're taking on today in Beaverton. Here we go. Top of the 5th inning. Rachel Portenga heading to the plate. If you're Traverse City now, any run you get will feel like insurance with the way that Williams has been on the mound. Wheaton winds and deals. Swinging right through that is Portenga. She struck out her first time up. And you look at what Wheaton's done on the mound. She's done everything team needs her to do. Only giving up 3 runs to this Division I school through 4 innings. Now out here battling in inning number 5. That one's going to miss 1-1 to count. Kayla Noble on deck. That's back to the top of the order with Grace Carey. 3-1's the score. Top of the 5th inning, Sacred Heart Academy trails Traverse City Central. Irish girls still undefeated on the year at 10-0. Now one's going to bounce in there, 2-1 the count. Nice job by Maddie Anderson keeping that in front of her. No base runners on, but still always want to keep that ball in front of you when you can behind the plate. The Irish boys, Jackson Verlager, Jason Bogue now taking in the game after they finished practice. To get kind of a non-traditional game that came up late for both these teams. They wanted to get some more competition in. Out in front of that one was Portanga, count now 2-2. So a lot of times you got the Irish baseball and softball playing at the same time. Not the case today. Nice job for the Irish boys taking a chance to watch this great softball team. 3-1 is the score. Big swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Maren Wheaton. That is strikeout number 6 for Wheaton. Kayla Noble heading up, the number 9 hitter. She flew out to the shortstop, Ellery Garver, her first time up. And the sun has kind of faded behind some clouds here. The ball fields of Sacred Heart Academy. Still an absolutely beautiful day. Maybe a little bit better day out there for softball as well, as you've got Traverse City Central in the gold and black along with Sacred Heart Academy out there in the red and white. It's probably a little bit cooler now. The clouds have come out just a bit. Noble steps back in, down the count, 0-1. Wheaton ready on the mound. She winds, she deals. That's going to be over for a strike. So if you're Noble, you probably want to take that one back and hack at it. Probably didn't expect it to go right down the middle. That's where Wheaton put that one. But still counts as a strike when you don't take the bat off the shoulder if you're Noble. Right fielder steps back in. That one's just going to be on the outside corner for another strikeout. That is strikeout number 7 for Maren Wheaton. Jackson Verlager, Seiler, Bo come up here to check up some high school softball. Yeah, the all-sports superstar, Jason Bogue. Stepping in now, batting from the left side, is Grace Carey. Carey walked, scored in the first inning. Without Traverse City Central ever giving up a hit, just really showed the speed out there on the mound. The fact that she's one of the fastest players and she's the catcher just kind of tells you what kind of softball player she is. Usually your fastest player is going to be playing out in center field, shortstop. But they're the best catcher you have on the team. You ain't going to have them behind the plate. That's what Grace Carey is. 1-0 the count. The leadoff hitter is back up here in the top of the 5th for Traverse City. She's going to send this one to left field. It's going to go just foul. So just a long strike there for Carey. 1-1 now the count. 3-1 is the score here. Top of the 5th inning. Dominant performance from Maren Wheaton on the mound. Yeah, I know she's down 3-1, but she has struck out, 7 through 4 1/3, or 4 2/3. Only giving up 2 hits as well. Here comes a rope. Again, the broadcaster's jinxed there. The couple times I said she's not giving up much. She gives up something. Going to be a close play at second, but Carey will be in with the stand-up double. Second time she's been on base today. Here comes Anna Tabaka now to the plate with 2 outs. She struck out her last time up, but it was still a pretty solid at-bat as it took 8 pitches for Maren Wheaton to mow down Tabaka at the plate. Again, love going out to our title sponsors. Logos aren't on the screen today. Again, we'll figure that out. Woods Household Appliance, Weefridge Financial, Clark Modular Homes, the Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, and our friends at Barberry Law. Check swing that time, but it's going to be called a strike to Tabaka. The way Audrey Williams is pitched, if you can somehow get this runner in for second, if you're Traverse City, you are going to feel really, really good. Wheaton works ahead in the count 0-1. It's going to be fouled off 0-2. So an opportunity here for Wheaton to strike out the side. Giving up a double in between, but doesn't matter if you strike out the 2 batters in front and the batter behind. Tabaka steps back in. A really nice job playing it short for Traverse City Central. Here comes the 0-2. Going to be a check swing. Carey kind of dancing away from second base. Daring Maddie Anderson to throw it down there. Nice job by Anderson getting the ball back to the circle. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning, the Irish trail by 2. Runner at second base is Grace Carey. This one's going to be hit towards first base, but it will go foul. Tabaka continuing to battle here as she did in inning number 2 before she ultimately went down on strikes. Wheaton would love to get strikeout number 8 here in the 5th inning. Due up for the Irish in the bottom of the 5th, we'll say brought to you by Clark Modular Homes, Jenna Morrison, Izzy Ruckert, and then back to the top of the order. That one fouled off once again from Tabaka. Count remains 1-2, but this will be pitch number 6 of the at-bat. Tabaka, righty, steps back in. A couple waves of the bat before she's ready to roll. Wheaton checks the sign on the wrist, I'll say. Now she's ready to go. Going to bounce in there. Carey dances away again, but a really nice job by Maddie Anderson, keeping it in front of her. 2-2 now the count with 2 outs. Tabaka steps back in. Runner at second base. Irish trail by 2. There's a whole lot of 2s. Wheaton swings. Going to be fouled off. Will do it again. Wasn't at bat here for Anna Tabaka. She is fouled off 3. 2-2 is the count. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat here. Wheaton struck out 2 already this inning. He's already struck out 7 through 4 2/3. Traverse City Central leads it 3-1 in this pitching duel. Marin Wheaton on the mound for the Irish and Audrey Williams on the mound for Traverse City. That's just going to miss outside. I'll run the count full. 3-2. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat here to Tabaka. And a couple swings of the bat, and the righty steps back in. Wheaton, the righty, back into the circle, ready to rock. It's going to be hit hard towards left field. Not an easy play for Sweet. It's going to get down, and they're going to say it's fair. 1 run is in. Going around to third is going to be Tabaka. So an RBI triple for Tabaka after she just absolutely battles. It was the 9th pitch of the at-bat that she sent out to right field to drive in the run. It is now 4-1 Traverse City Central as the Trojans have put up 2 in the 4th and now 1 in the 5th after both teams scored 1 in the 1st. Here comes Julia Brady, the number 3 hitter, with a runner at third. That one's going to be high, 1-0 the count. These Irish girls are capable of coming back in this one, but what we've seen from Audrey Williams on the mound and the defense behind her, any base runner that gets on, you're going to have to try and manufacture that run to come in. Brady, ready to go again. Check swing this time. 1-1 now the count to Julia Brady. Annika Peterson on deck. Audrey Williams behind her. They both scored the last inning. It's 4-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 outs, 1-1 the count. This one's going to be popped towards second. Not an easy play for Neff as she goes from the dirt to the grass, but she will get it. So pop out to second base will end the inning, but some damage was done. 1 more run comes across. It's Jenna Morrison, Izzy Ruckert, and Marin Wheaton a due up for Sacred Heart Academy in the 5th inning. The Irish girls trail by 3. They've got 3 innings to try and get back in it. It has been a battle on the mound between Wheaton and Williams. We'll see if it continues here in the bottom of the 5th on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bryce Updegraff with Gradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Thanks to coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Gradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. 989-620-6595. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Jenna Morrison at the plate. She's taking a strike. She's taking a ball. 1-1 the count to the left fielding slap hitter. Batting from the left side. She grounded out to the pitcher her first time up. And Morrison with the speed. She gets it past the pitcher. She's pretty much not going to be guaranteed to be safe, but it's going to be a tough play for third base or shortstop, whether that's Annika Peterson or Anna Tabaka for Traverse City. Count now 2-1. That one bounces in, now 3-1 the count to Jenna Morrison. With her speed, you'd love for her to get on via walk. If you're Sacred Heart Academy. Ruckert waits the 3-1. Swings at that one, kind of flailing away out of the strike zone. She was looking to head down the first baseline. Count is now full to Jenna Morrison. Izzy Ruckert on deck, then we're back to the top of the order. Williams checks the wristband. She's got the correct pitch. She sends it in. It's going to be hit towards third, but caught at third base. And not really a line drive or anything like that, but it still will be a line out to third base. And a fantastic play over there from Annika Peterson. Again, it wasn't a line shot, but Peterson's playing in because of the slap hitting Jenna Morrison. And so a fantastic play over there by third. Here comes Izzy Ruckert, who's done a great job playing center field for Sacred Heart Academy. Bottom 5, 4-1. Traverse City Central leads Sacred Heart Academy. Irish girls came into this game undefeated, 10-0 on the year. But I've said it a bunch, I'll say it again. You take Sacred Heart's enrollment of 133, times it by 10, you get 1330. Just 29 more kids than Traverse City Central, literally 10 times the size of the Irish. Ruckert's going to take that one as well. 2-0 the count to the speedy center fielder for Sacred Heart Academy. Ruckert batting from the left side. Again, she just drops one down. She's very, very capable. Doesn't have to leave the infield, and she'll be on first base. That one's also going to miss. 3-0 the count. Ruckert steps back in. Williams ready on the mound. Again, the sun is back out. They're out there in that gold and black. Very, very warm if you're out there on the mound, if you're Audrey Williams. The less you're out there, the better. You had the 3 up, 3 down in the second and the third. Fourth inning took a little bit longer. Now looking to get a quick fifth inning here as well. That one's going to miss. Morrison will take her base. Great job by Morrison to draw the walk. We're back to the top of the order with Marin Wheaton. Again, Wheaton's gate, I don't even know if she's given up for it. I guess they'd all be earned, but Wheaton has been dominant on the mound despite what she's given up runs-wise. This is a powerhouse Traverse City team, and I'll say it again, playing up 3 divisions are these Irish girls. Run at first is Ruckert. She's got that track stance that we talked about, ready to do anything she can. That one's going to miss as well for Williams. Inning started with Morrison lining out the third. Izzy Ruckert walked. Now we're back to the top of the order. 4-1. Traverse City leads here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's also going to miss. 2-0 now the count. And so Ruckert walked on what would have been 5 pitches, and now 2 misses here. That's also going to be inside. 3-0 the count. And so Williams, I still don't want to say she's laboring out there. She's been dominant, but now in danger of giving up back-to-back walks. 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. Irish trail 4-1. That will be low. So back-to-back walks, and for Marin Wheaton, that was a 4-pitch walk there as well. Here comes Savannah Jones with runners at first and second. And Jones is capable of tying this game with one swing of the bat. It's 2:05 down here in right field. All Sports superstar Jason Bogue heading out of the press box. And much love to him, and much love to Elma, who will be getting themselves one heck of a quarterback next year. 4-1 the score. Here comes the pitch to Jones. Oh, she was ready to go up there swinging as she sends this one foul down the first baseline. Biggest moment of the game right here. The Irish girls trail 4-1 here in the bottom of the fifth inning. There's one out. Runners on first and second for the Irish with your number 2 hitter at the plate. That one's going to miss. 1-1 the count to Savannah Jones. Moments ago was back-to-back walks to Ruckert and to Wheaton. So runners on first and second for third base playing Savannah Jones. That's going to be low. 2-1 now the count. And Williams, I still don't want to say struggling with the control because she has just been dominant out there. But she's missed a few times here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 2-1 to count. Jones ready for it. That's going to miss outside. 3-1 the count. And Williams in danger of walking the bases loaded here. Again, you think about how dominant she's been through 4. Be very, very surprised to see her give up 3 walks here. Here comes the 3-1 to Jones. That's going to be over for a strike. I think taking all the way that time was Savannah Jones. And I don't mind the decision either with the way that Williams has struggled with the control a bit. 3-2 now the count. Here comes the full count pitch. It's going to be fouled off. We'll do it again. Savannah Jones fouls it off her ankle. She is a lot tougher than I am. As she just takes a couple practice swings and she is ready to go. And a big shout out to our friends at Mount Pleasant Public Schools. They're hiring bus drivers. They need parapros, subs. Go to mtpleasantschools.net to get started. That's mtpleasantschools.net to get started. So I've been doing some substitute teaching around the mid-Michigan area, and I have a fun way to stay young. You know, as kids keep you young, I'll make that joke. And not a bad way to make some extra coin, along with these umpires out here, these officials as well. 3-2 the count, 1 out, bottom 5. Runners on first and second for Jones. She's going to pop this one towards second. That will move up the runners to second and third. And so that's one of those, I'm going to call it a sack bunt for Jones, even though she didn't put down the bunt. But again, you know, that's just my box score, the kindest box score you'll find. But here we go. Runners at second and third, probably your best hitter at the plate in Ellery Garver. She singled her last time up. If she singles here, it'll be a 1-run ball game. 4-1 the score. 2 outs. Runners at second and third, bottom of the fifth inning for Ellery Garver. First pitch is going to miss outside. Callie Smith on deck as well. Each one of these girls, as I said, with Savannah Jones, capable of tying up the game with one swing of the bat. Comes the 1-0 to Garver. Pulls that one down the first baseline. It'll go foul. Third baseline. It'll go foul. Pardon me. Love to our friends, Woods Household Appliance, Weef Rich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, The Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, and we're coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Here comes the 1-1 to Garver. She cuts right through that one. Now 1-2. And if you're Williams, if you can get out of this inning unscathed, that'd be a big deal as you surrender 2 walks. Garver back in, batting from the left side. 1-2 the count. Senior shortstop is going to foul this one out of play to stay alive. Callie Smith on deck. Brooklyn Taylor behind her. Right now the game is at the plate. Garver steps back in, down on the count 1-2. Runners on second and third. The Irish girls trail 4-1. Garver ropes this one out to left field. It's going to get foul out of play. If she straightened that one out, it would have been very, very dangerous. 4-1 is the score. Trojans scored 1 in the first, 2 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. The Irish with just a 1 spot in the first. Looking to get something here in the bottom of the fifth with runners on second and third and Ellery Garver at the plate. Count remains 1-2 after she's fouled off a couple. She's going to pop this one up. Not an easy play for center field or left field. It'll get down for a hit. 2 runs come in to score. And it's a 2 RBI double for Garver as she hustled to second base. She just kind of hit that one out to left center field, beyond short, in between center field and left field into no ladies land, and it was able to drop in. Garver with the 2 RBI double, and oh boy, here we are, 4-3 now the score. Bottom of the fifth inning, Callie Smith at the plate. The last time she was up, I said she's capable of tying the game up. Well, now I'll say she's capable of putting the Irish in the lead with 1 swing of the bat. Checks her swing there. Waiting to see it. Nope, they're going to say she did not go. 1-0 the count to Callie Smith. 4-3 now the score. Total different feel in the ball game as Garver gets one to drop in for the 2 RBI double. Credit to her and all the ladies out there hustling. With 2 outs, you want to be running all the way. That one's going to miss inside. 2-0 now the count to Callie Smith. She flew out to short in the first inning. She walked in the fourth inning, and she was stranded. Sends a shot down the first baseline that's going to go foul. 2-1 now the count to the power hitting Callie Smith, the cleanup hitter for the Irish, playing first base. And Brooklyn Taylor on deck. Technically 0 for 1 on the day. She struck out in the first inning, and I called it a sacrifice bunt that she had in the fourth to move the runners from first to second and third. She blasts this one out towards left field. Again, not an easy play out there. It's in foul territory, and the catch is made. But a dramatic fifth inning for both teams. 1 more run comes across for Traverse City Central. 2 runs come across for Sacred Heart Academy. We are headed to the 6th inning. Our score, 4-3. Traverse City Central with the lead. Due up for the Lady Trojans. It is 4-5-6 with Annika Peterson, Audrey Williams, and Eden Katzmiller. Keep the broadcast right here. Big love, big thanks going out to all of our great sponsors that make it possible for us to be here. And again, those logos that should be at the bottom, give them more love. Woods Household Appliance, Weefrich Financial. You think about that Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. Still a lot to be determined in this one, but Maren Wheaton now has 2 runs scored after she was driven in on the 2 RBI double from Ellery Garver. Garver's now 2 for 3 on the day with a single and that 2 RBI double, but with what Wheaton's done on the mound, and she has struck out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 through 5 against this Division I solid squad from Traverse City. Again, they come in at 5-5, but the games they've lost are games that you want to play early to get yourself ready for playoff softball. And the way things have gone the last few years, I know baseball for Mount Pleasant has had to deal with the Traverse Cities. We'll have to see if that's the same thing for softball as well. But when it comes to softball action in our district playoffs, the plan is probably going to be down in Montebello, as Sacred Academy and Beale City could match up in the district final there. Same goes for baseball as well. The baseball districts will be right here at Sacred Heart Academy in the baseball field. 4-3 the score. Maren Wheaton back out on the mound, swinging at the very first pitch is Peterson. It's going to be a pop out to second base. Nice play out there from Brooke Neff. 4-3 the score here in the 6th inning. Time when baseball and softball really starts to get special. You get to those last 2 innings, it's a 1-run game. Oh, I'll take it all day. Here comes Audrey Williams, who's done an excellent job on the mound for Traverse City Central. She's 1 for 2 at the plate. Last time she was up, she doubled, came around to score. She's going to rope this one to the wall as well. It's going to be another extra base hit for Audrey Williams. She's turning in quite the performance. She will stop at second base after that double. And so what a game for Audrey Williams. Again, you see the 3 runs up there, but if you know about how dominant this lineup is from Sacred Heart Academy, giving up 3 runs to them is nothing, and she is now 2 for 3 at the plate with a pair of extra base hits. 4-3 the score. Now stepping in is Eden Katzmiller. She had a 2 RBI single in the 4th inning. Swings at the first pitch. A little outside, couldn't catch up with it. 0-1 the count. And the center fielder, Kitzmiller. The left fielder, Kloosterman. Coming up here for Traverse City, 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Wheaton on the mound, gets that outside corner call that time. Kitzmiller now down on the count, 0-2. And already 7 strikeouts from Aaron Wheaton. Winds the deal. This one's grounded right back to Wheaton. She does a good job knocking it down over to first base in time for the out. Nice base running for the pinch runner from Morrison as she moves up to third, but it's going to be a sacrifice bunt there from Kitzmiller. And here comes Kloosterman. Think about what Kitzmiller's done now. She walked her first time up in the 2nd inning. She had that 2 RBI single. Now the sacrifice bunt and the Spock box score. She is 1 for 1 with 2 RBI. That's a pretty good day. 4-3 the count. Now that runner at third base. Grounder to second base. Not an easy play for Neff, especially with that pressure of that runner at third base, but they are able to get the out. So we are headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Irish trail Traverse City by 1. It's Brooklyn Taylor. It's Maddie Anderson. It is Brooke Neff, a due-up for Sacred Heart Academy here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Continue to keep the broadcast right here. Think about that Weefrich Financial Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. And, you know, no hate here to Traverse City, but we're going to give it to somebody from Sacred Heart Academy. But if we're talking Traverse City, it's got to be Audrey Williams, who's been great on the mound, only giving up 3 runs to this powerful Irish offense. And she also has a pair of doubles. Think about the Zaid Batchelder baller of the game for Sacred Heart Academy. Well, Marin Wheaton has got a double, a walk, and a pair of runs to go with all of her strikeouts. Ellery Garver's got a single and a 2 RBI double. So we'll go Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, the drive of the game, brought to you by Mumford Oil and Gas Supply. We'll give that to Ellery Garver, but so far the Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial, going to Marin Wheaton for what she's done on the mound and at the plate. And again, score update brought to you by Clark Modular Homes. The Shepherd girls getting a victory in Game 1 over Beaverton. Stepping up to the plate now is Brooklyn Taylor. Struck out in the first, sacrifice bunt. And I did just find out, Traverse City with the long travel, this is it right here. This is the final 3 outs for the Irish girls here in the 6th. And I'll make the joke, I think they'd have enough time to travel back, but I've made that trip from Mount Pleasant to Traverse City, well, probably more than anybody out there listening. My friend Jenna Hodak could attest to that. My buddy Josh Spencer up there could attest to that. And so I know that trip not always the most friendly, and so they're getting ready to head back. So this is it right here for the Sacred Heart girls. They have got 3 outs to try and get 1 run across here. That one's going to miss. 2-0 now the count. And now this is where I'm going to look over. So if they score, would it end in a tie? It'd be, they're playing a doubleheader, so they do got a second game coming up. But this is still it right here for the Irish girls in this one. And they were only scheduled to play 1 game on the MHSAA, but I think I could even see the coaches of like not planning on playing 2 games, but then you get this type of game, you look over each other and you just go, let's play 2. All right, let's go ahead and play 2 here. 4-3 is the score. And I'll take back what I said. Shout out to these girls for making that long ride after they play this second game here. Again, we will not broadcast the second game. Just got the wrap up here of this one. That's also going to miss the count now. 3-0 to Brooklyn Taylor. So the Irish girls, you'd love to get that leadoff runner on here. Try and tie this game or walk it off. Taylor waves the bat over the right shoulder. That's way outside. And so a 4-pitch walk for Brooklyn Taylor. And since the last inning, we have now seen 3 walks surrendered from Aubrey Williams on the mound. And I'll say it again, Aubrey Williams is out there in that dark gold and the black. Out there in that circle, it's going to get hot. It's going to get sunny. Looks like Ava Sweet is coming in to run for Brooklyn Taylor. Here comes Maddie Anderson to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Tying run at first base. Still nobody out here. Bottom of the 6th inning for the Irish girls in their final at-bat of the afternoon, well, of this first game. Harrison waves the bat over the right shoulder. That one's going to be high. It's going to get away from the catcher. But again, Carrie's fantastic behind the plate. She was ready to mow down Sweet if she didn't get a great jump. Sweet didn't get a great jump, so made a very smart decision to stay at first base. 4-3 the score. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Might as well be bottom of the 7th, though. This one's going to be hit up the middle. Chance for a double play here for Traverse City. They get one. Nice speed from Anderson's not going to allow the second play. So Anderson will reach via fielder's choice. They do get that lead runner. Here comes Brooke Neff to the plate. One out, bottom of the 6th inning. That's one of the cool special things I'll say about softball, baseball as well. You got this team coming down. Now, we know we're only playing 6, and so if you're Sacred Heart, there's part of you that wants to say, well, we're only down 1, let's play 6. No, that's just not the way it goes. You got to deal with the bumps and the bruises the way they go here in high school softball and high school baseball, and in particular, trying to get the games in before it gets dark or get the games in before a team's got to ride back a long ways to the beautiful Traverse City. First pitch is going to miss to Neff, 1-0 the count. Audrey Williams ready on the mound, steals again, swing and a miss that time from Neff. Jenna Morrison on deck. Behind her is Izzy Ruckert. That's back to the top of the order. You would absolutely love for Marin Wheaton to come up here in the 6th inning if you're the Irish. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss that time from Neff. So we've got one out here, bottom of the 6th inning. Final half of the inning here in game number 1. Neff down to the count, 1-2. Williams winds, deals. That's going to miss. Not a bad location there behind the plate, though. If you're trying to get catcher carried and add that speedy runner down at first base. 2-2 the count. 4-3 the score. Bottom of the 6th inning. This one's going to be hit hard out towards right field. Not an easy play. Looking to double up over first, and they will get it to end the ball game. What a play out in right field. Making the catch, tossing it in time was Kayla Noble, and that will end the ball game. Yes, only 6 innings here in this first one as they get 2 in. That'll actually be the first loss of the season for the Sacred Heart girls, and it happens in 6 innings, so maybe you're not so happy about it, but again, you're playing all the way up against a Division I team. This game is by design to be ready for the end of the season when you head to that playoffs, and we could have, again, Coleman Vesterberg are going to have something to say about it. But Beal City Sacred Heart Academy softball this year is going to have a similar feel to Beal City Sacred Heart Academy baseball this year. And whoever wins that district is going to be favored to go pretty much all the way. Going to take a break here and head on into our Bird All-American Grill postgame show. Put a bow on this one here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't Pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Welcome back into the Mid-Michigan Sports Network one more time in our Bird All-American Grill post-game show. Big shout out to my home girl, Gina Hodak, for tuning in along and giving her some love to her friend, Coach Peoples. This is what she actually wrote about her. Central varsity assistant coach, incredibly humble, seeks no recognition, but pours her heart and soul into coaching and mentoring kids. Doesn't ever receive any credit. She's the epitome of hard work, sacrifice, and kindness. And so, big shout out to Coach Peoples from Traverse City Central. They're now 6-5 on the year after picking up the win. You know what we'll do is Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game for them, and it is going to Audrey Williams on the mound, who had 2 doubles, not a ton of strikeouts, but did just a great job against a really powerful Sacred Heart Academy lineup. But our Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. Well, we'll start first with the Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, going to Miss Ellery Garver, who was 2 for 3 on the day, including a 2 RBI double in the 5th inning to bring the score 4-3. Now, this game goes 7. Sacred Heart definitely still a chance to possibly come back. We shall see. But, oh, boy, what a game it was. Our final 4-3. Our Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, Miss Marin Wheaton. She was 1 for 2 on the day with 2 runs scored. She doubled in the first, grounded out to short in the third, walked and came around to score in the 5th. But against this really powerful Traverse City Central lineup, she was absolutely dominant, striking out 7 through 5. I believe she gave up 2 or 3 hits. It was just a fantastic game for Marin Wheaton and the Irish girls, taking on a school 10 times their size, holding their own, falling only 4-3. They are now 10-1 on the year. Traverse City improves to 6-5, pardon me, and they will do it again here. Doubleheader action at the Academy Ball Fields on Lincoln Road in Mount Pleasant. Your boy is signing off until, well, tomorrow. We have got one of the biggest games in the state for softball tomorrow with 11-1 Beale City, 9-0 ever. Top-ranked team in Division III in Ever. Top-ranked team in Division IV in Beale City. It's going to be a special one. Make sure you join us. First pitch is scheduled for 4 p.m. Probably on the air tomorrow, right around, or first pitch is scheduled for 4:15, I believe. We should be on the air right around 4 p.m. Chris Bachman, sign off till tomorrow on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Our final here